Well, goodness gracious, we are back once again. Welcome, one and all. Here we are on a beautiful, beautiful, warm summer's day, at least in this part of the world. I hope that wherever you are, it is delightful, delightful weather. Um, can't guarantee it, though, unfortunately. But that is not the topic of today's stream. No, no. We're not here to talk about the weather, unless by that you mean the north wind and the sun. And then in that case, it very much is the topic of today's stream because today's stream is all about us trying to do different accents. Us. Who's us? Well, one is me, but we need that's a plural, right? So we need some other people to be in this us. Who else is in this us? Um, Quayne, Lucy, you want to unmute yourselves and say hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, hi.
That's right. Okay, there are three of us. That's a true plural. That's a true plural today.
Yep.
Yeah,
Trio trilogy.
This is a very rare occasion, actually.
I know. Three.
Yeah.
All three. All at once.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, the premise for today's event is we are going to look at some recordings, or rather listen to some recordings of the classic fable, The North Wind and the Sun, which is so often used in English dialectology and phonetics. We've had a few members of our Discord community contribute their voices for this project, so thank you to all of you. And we are going to try our best to transcribe and to imitate what we hear. So we have a variety, within the three of us, we have a variety of different starting points, shall we say. So no matter what the accent we get, at least one of us will have some work to do.
Well, I'm quite flexible, so well, that's the perk of being non-native, I guess.
Yeah, there is something kind of interesting, and I don't know how universal this is, but my experience is that it is much harder as an L1 English speaker to,
Yeah, I mean for Anglophones at least. Yeah.
yeah,
I
to,
don't think I have the same problem with Mandarin, but
well, wait until they hear what what is hard to do, to consistently do another accent in English. I can do it sort of for joking purposes, but I've never been able to carry on a whole conversation without sort of cracking up at some point. But
Your
Quayne,
Michael Caine. Your Michael Caine is.
my Michael Caine is excellent, and we'll get to that. We'll get to
Uh-huh.
that.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. Shall we start our segment? Shall we welcome the YouTube viewers in? And
yeah, sure.
okay, so just gonna fix my hair because it's kind of the headphones have got a little bit out of control here. There we go. All right, so YouTube, welcome back. We are here with Quayne and Lucy to do some accent swap. What's accent swap? We have some passages in English recorded by the wonderful members of our community, of our Discord community. By the way, if you're not in the Discord community, there's a link in the description. And what we're going to do is transcribe them and then attempt to imitate them. So that's the plan. Accent swap the stream. And the chat donkey just delivered its messages. Welcome one and all. And I am just catching up on what people have said. That's right. Okay. So welcome everyone. I see some good chat going on. If there's anything, Miji, if you can contribute, I have an IPA chart as well with sound. Let me just check the sound. Let's get a nice big schwa. Okay, there we go. So if there are any doubts about what we're hearing, we can check against this interactive IPA chart at ipachart.com. Have I missed anything?
I think you're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you not introduced us?
Have I not introduced you to YouTube? YouTube? Have I?
So that doesn't count.
I don't know if that counts now.
Yeah. This is the first time officially the three of us are simultaneously on stream. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, there's some lag.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately that is beyond our capabilities to do anything about. So we'll just have to power through it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's lagging, I would close it and reopen it and you'll be back. Sorry guys.
Yeah, I don't know who to blame
This
for
is
it, if it's Streamlabs, if it's YouTube, if it's Twitch, I'm not sure. But
Yeah,
it
this
doesn't
is gonna be a
appear
fun one for me to edit.
Well,
yeah,
Woo!
doesn't appear to be anything that we can affect.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Okay, let's have the stream cope and then we can all cope together.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just going to forge ahead and hopefully it doesn't show up for too much longer, or if it does, it doesn't show up in the what's it called? The thing afterwards. Okay, back to the side webcam. We have our passage here, and we're going to start with a random contestant. We're going to start with Echo. So thank you, Echo, for contributing your story. We're going to start and just do a little bit of the passage and see if we can transcribe it.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
So
Echo.
here goes. And it occurs to me that you won't be able to hear it yourselves if I play it here. So listen on your own devices, Quayne and Lucy.
Oh yeah.
If you want
Okay.
to hear it, but I'm going to play the first sentence, and then
Okay, please mute us.
you are muted. Oh, unfortunately, if I mute you, friends, I also mute my computer. So I yeah, mute yourselves. Great.
Okay.
The north wind and the sun were disputing which was the stronger when a traveller came along wrapped in a warm cloak.
Okay. This is going to be fun to transcribe because I am not quite good at making these controls. Rising rose, yes. Hydrate and stretch, everyone. All right, I'm going to do a quick BRI so that we can work out some of these technical issues, and we will be with you shortly.
Brilliant.
Okay, friends. So it turns out that having different people on and then routing the sound through and then writing my sound through to the output, it doesn't really work. So we're going to reimagine what we're going to do here. And I'm going to have to do a new intro for YouTube because we're not going to use any of that footage from before. Although you who are viewing this later on the live tab in YouTube, you get to enjoy see how the sausage is made, so to speak. So what we're going to do is I alone will transcribe because I will have access to the audio. And then from my transcriptions, Quayne and Lucy will try to imitate. So that's the plan. So I will now reintroduce us and yes, get YouTube back into the party. Okay. YouTube, welcome back. We are here with Quayne and Lucy, and what we're doing is we are taking some recordings from the lovely people of the Discord, and we are going to be transcribing them. Or rather, I am going to be transcribing them, and then Quayne and Lucy will be trying to say what they hear without actually listening to the original recordings. So we get to test two things. We get to test my ability to transcribe, and we get to test their ability to reproduce IPA.
I think this is gonna be very interesting because I can read IPA and Lucy can't. So, like, this is a very good mixture of things,
It's going to be fun.
isn't it? Yeah.
So
Should be
anyway,
interesting.
Quayne and Lucy, say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. So now that we're all here and the technology is hopefully going to cooperate, let's go back to the side webcam. We have the north wind of the sun. We have echoes recording. Let me just see if I can play it once again and double fingers crossed or triple fingers crossed or however many makes it good luck and not bad luck that this will work. One moment.
The north wind and the sun were disputing which was the stronger when a traveller came along wrapped in a warm cloak. They agreed that the one who first succeeded in making the traveller take his cloak off should be considered stronger than the other. Then the north wind blew as hard as he could, but the more he blew, the more closely did the traveller fold his cloak around him, and at last the north wind gave up the attempt. Then the sun shined out warmly, and immediately the traveller took off his cloak. And so the north wind was obliged to confess that the sun was the stronger of the two.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so I think that came through all right. Hopefully, chat, you can tell me if that was just a bunch of silence. But I am going to then zoom in on the very first sentence and attempt to do a quick transcription into IPA. So back we go.
The north wind and the sun were disputing which was the stronger.
Okay, so let's just take that zone.
The north wind and the sun were disputing which was the stronger when a...
And let's go in and start to transcribe.
The north wind...
So we have something like the north wind, and then we're going to have that D go on to the next syllable. So let's see if we can get enough screen real estate to do this. And we can get the audio file up here so that you can see. Spiffy. Okay. Let's see if we can get this maybe a bit bigger. Not like that. Oh, look at that. That's cool. All right. So play this again.
The north wind and the...
So we have a start off with a nice voiced interdental fricative. Oops. Okay, I think I did. I'm just going to start out at least with, unfortunately this is a bit hard to do, with a schwa. Maybe we can make this a bit bigger so that we can see it. So this is echoes. This is Echo's transcription. So then we have an N, and I think we have a long open O. Excuse me, I think I need to hydrate 1 sec. I can't seem to actually copy and paste from this for some reason. So, no, something like that. Except it's not copying and pasting correctly. North, and then we have a voiced interdental fricative, if I'm correct.
The north wind and the...
Right. So, where does that live on the IP? Ah, there we go. This is, I feel like this is a window into
Under the sun.
Let's try it again. We're hearing that we have a higher, maybe an O. The north.
The north wind.
The north. That's what it sounds like to me. O. So not as high as O, but not as low maybe as O. The north. I mean that sounds to me fairly right there in the middle. Let's hear what our interactive IPA chart has for us.
O.
North. Yeah, it does seem a little bit in between. So why don't we get some of our fine positioning diacritics out, and we will say it's a slightly lowered O. The north wind. And yeah, we want maybe a nasalized we. Let's hear that again.
Wind.
Hard for me to hear if that's nasalized.
Wind and the sun. Wind and the...
Wind and the sun. Maybe it's not nasalized. But in terms of the vowel quality, we have something. Is it this? I think this is about where we are. This is where we'd expect to be. The north. And then we have an N. And then we have a D. Ship's asking if it's not a bit of a diphthong. Let's listen again.
The north wind.
The north. Yeah, maybe we do have a little bit of an off glide there. North. Try it again.
The north wind and the sun would... The north wind and the sun would dispute...
North. I mean, it doesn't sound to me like north. Very, 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 very tricky.
The north wind and the sun.
Can we get a little bit farther in there?
The north wind.
I'm not sure exactly how to zoom in on a specific spot.
The north wind. The north wind. The north wind and the...
I'm just going to leave it as a long. Because I don't hear north. Tough.
Separately.
Oh, were you?
And I have some thoughts.
Okay.
But
Talk
I
to me.
think it may be slightly cheating.
Well, I have the thoughts too, but
Go.
it's closer to our
Queen, would you like to give your thoughts in the IPA?
Okay, so I can
Right.
read the IPA, sure, and that's the north wind is that's what it is.
Yeah, well, then Collins
It's not the north. It's not the north. It's the north.
is the most close to this. Echo is Echo's accent a like East Londony?
I think
it's not London.
What I find is helpful. What I find is helpful, Prince.
Yeah.
What I find is helpful is not to think about that at all,
Okay.
because that will
No, I
prejudice
was
you to hear one thing or
yeah.
another.
That's true. Well, I was just guessing that it was like it sounds like not London. It sounds like outside, but maybe east. I don't know. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. My bad. I'm just gonna quickly listen to the first line.
Like, it's very hard for me to hear this as something other than the words "the north wind," and then transcribe it how I would transcribe the north wind, with a few differences. It's very hard to take off the phonological goggles.
Okay. Well,
Lucy is not a linguist, so
that's true. I'm just winging it, guys.
No, but I think people who aren't linguists have even more trouble, because there is an illusion that these three things mean, that this sequence of sounds actually has meaning, which it doesn't intrinsically. It's just we cannot hear it. So we, being anyone who speaks English, cannot hear this as meaning anything other than the north wind.
Well, that's that layer, of course. But now Lucy is trying to, she's like, oh, I hear that as the, insert place accent. So that's where her mind goes to,
I could be wrong. I can't. I mean, yeah, Echo can correct me, and I can't see what Echo's saying because I'm not looking at chat. But sorry, Echo, if I got it wrong.
But go on.
Oh, sorry, it sounded like the north wind and the sun. No, I sound a bit more. No, I sound like me.
North wind.
Wait, one sec. This is quite fun. 1 second.
I'll play it again for anyone listening.
The north wind and the sun were disputing.
Yeah, maybe there is a slight difference in quality between the start of that O and the end. O, north. It's not north. It's not like or. It's something else. What I'm more interested in is this wind vowel. The north wind. Wind. The north wind. So I'm doing my own here. Wind. It's.
May I interject?
1 second, I just want to play something.
Okay.
So how I would transcribe my own is and then nasalized halfway through. So, and let's put a tie bar on that. Boom. So this is how I would transcribe mine, but Echo's is different from mine. Okay, thoughts, Lucy?
Okay. The north wind and the sun.
Yeah, it sounds.
No, there's a north wind and the sun, and it's like the way it goes up and down.
Yeah, that's important.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Important.
The north, not too much at the end. The north wind, the north wind and the sun.
I think it's the accent goes with the or, which is I think why I said it reminds me of east, because it goes a bit nasal, which some of my family are from East London, so they kind of do that. It's like the north wind and the sun. I don't know how accurate this is. So I would say wind.
Is it a bit longer or? North
wind and the sun.
Whereas Echo has
the north wind and the
wind, like that.
Wind.
Wind.
It was a bit more e. The north wind and the sun.
Is it?
Wind,
I think.
Wind. The north wind. That vowel, wind, it's lower, I think, than what I would transcribe for the I. Thoughts?
Yeah.
The north wind and the sun. So IPA, I don't know.
Yeah, the north wind. I would say a bit lower than Lucy's. Lucy's doing a little bit higher on,
The north wind and the sun.
Wind.
Wind.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, wind.
It's like
Wind.
a lower I. It's low. It's between I and A. It's not wind. It's not the north wind, but it's somewhere in between that
It's
and
a
I.
it's a middle guy. It's
It's another
a
middle
middle
guy.
dude.
The middle
Love the
dude.
way you describe.
Well, I have a question about I have a question about IPA then, because if it's not one of two distinct things that
You
IPA
have to
represents.
put a diacritic.
Yeah.
Which,
Oh,
yeah.
there's a
like
way of
some
denoting.
modifying markers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, go IPA. Very good. Very good.
So I've put
Therefore-
a lowering marker on that I. So
Yeah, it's a bit wind.
wind.
Yeah.
Wind.
Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I getting it?
Yeah, I think Queen is.
Wind.
Or the echo conjunction.
The north wind. I think
Wind. Yeah, and there's a
Wind.
do you transcribe any prosody or not? That is
Oof.
the question.
this is a bit tough. I don't really know how to
Yeah.
transcribe prosody because I was never
Yeah,
trained
well,
to do that.
we're like somewhat successfully imitating it,
Hmm.
right? So the north wind, so the wind goes down, right? That's the wind, and it's sort of like a dipping. Like if I use
Let me play it again just so I have it fresh in my mind.
The north wind and the sun.
The north wind, like that.
wind, yeah,
But what's interesting is the D of wind goes very clearly onto the onset of and.
Yeah, the north wind and the sun.
the north wind and the sun, yeah.
Hmm.
And is it voiced or unvoiced?
All right, let's take a listen again.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
What I should really have is Pratt open, but I don't know how to use it, so.
The north wind and the sun were disputing which was the stronger when a
It sounds voiced to me, but that doesn't tell you a ton. I'll tell you
trust
this.
yeah.
It's in between a nasal and a vowel.
Yeah, and
So the question Ship is asking why did I not transcribe it A with a rising marker? Because basically for phonological reasons, because we have presumably an A in this accent that's not that's contrastive, and I'd rather transcribe a word like I'm assuming something like bait with that vowel, and
well, you don't necessarily know what vowel is that, so there you go.
yeah, but I'm assuming there is, and I would
Yeah.
rather transcribe if because there is an option. You could have done either, but it's kind of like, I don't know, Quinn, you're the
Yeah.
musician. It's like sharps and flats,
think-
right?
Yeah, well, sure, yeah, and also, it's like whenever you do transcription, it's kind of a phonological choice by nature because you're choosing like what symbol that represents it's kind of like phonetic and phonemic at the same time, isn't it? So
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 3 words down. Let's see what else we got.
The north wind and the sun were disputing.
yeah, and is a tricky one because
The
it's
north
Let's go to the IPA chart, see if there's something we can find for I'm going to mess around in the middle of the vowel chart. Obviously, it's not one of the rounded ones. Maybe it's that little 3. I'm not a phonetician, so I don't know the names for these little mid vowels. These other friends of the schwa.
yeah, and they're just so close together.
Yeah, but what about an open mid central vowel? Unrounded, which looks like a little 3 for that and vowel.
wind and the sun were
Anna. Thoughts? Friends? Romans? Countrymen?
No, we can't see what you transcribed.
Don't you
Did
have
you
access
put
to
that
the
in?
Google Doc?
Yeah. But
Oh, it's
no,
not in there.
that's not it. Yeah,
Okay, sorry, I'm having trouble with copying and pasting again.
that's fine.
No worries. Do we only have technical issues? Yes.
Oh, it's the 3. Yeah. Okay.
And
That's
then,
something like and
mm-hmm,
and yeah.
which
No,
I think that's about it. Shift the
That's
schwa's
and
backup dancers. That's right.
yeah. The north wind and the sun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I
Something.
would
fun.
Yeah.
and I think that N is going to be dentalized um, in anticipation of the north wind and the rather than and the. So something like this. Thoughts?
Oh, you're copying the wrong symbol, I think. That's the, not the,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's the wrong symbol.
Soz.
No, I'm too used to working in Old English,
Oh yeah.
where you don't have to
Fair
worry.
excuse.
Where you don't have to worry about
Okay.
these things. And then we need our next vowel, something central,
Wind and the sun.
and the. I almost feel like we should just bring this 3 back. The north wind and the north wind and the.
The north wind and the sun.
Is there a clear the there, or is
Let's
like somewhat approximate?
let's
like,
take it again.
ish?
The
Yeah.
north wind and the sun.
North wind and the. Maybe actually, I am auditorily hallucinating an N when in fact maybe what we have only is nasalization on that central vowel and the. So
The north wind and the sun would.
and the north wind and the.
Yeah, we agree.
All right.
Yeah, it's somewhere in between like the and no, basically.
Mhm.
Nah.
Yeah,
And
and
the-
the and
and
the.
the-
But there's a teeny
It's like
tiny
a
the.
dentalized. Yeah.
Teeny tiny the.
Maybe
but
it's
not
maybe it's kind of like the intervocalic D in Spanish where the tongue makes an effort in that direction but doesn't quite get there. So
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said approximate
mhm.
rather than a
It's-
full fricative.
It's smushy.
All right, so let's put that in.
Yeah.
My technical terms, guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I very much appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
the north
it's
wind
some-
and the north wind and the
and the sun.
Sun.
okay, so let's see what we have for sun.
Wind and the sun would.
Sun. The north wind and the north wind and the sun. Something like that. Sun. I don't think we're going to get very far in these.
No, I mean, I think we should cut it off at sun for each
Yeah,
one
yeah,
and
yeah.
go to the next one. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
think we should do some other ones after the break.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so
The north
What do you think
wind
the
and the
sun-
sun would.
sun.
Sun.
Sun. I think you're doing too much of an ah sound, Colin. To
Sun.
to my ears. Sun.
Sun.
Yeah, she's saying you're a little bit more like front, I guess.
I don't know
So-
exactly what.
Yeah, you can listen to it again and
Let me
It's
listen.
slightly more ah than ah.
Wind and the sun would.
Sun. That's what I hear.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's
yeah, I think
that's better. That
better,
sounded
yeah.
better. Yeah.
Yeah. Sun. It's like a central but how low is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's
Upside down A. Upside down A. That one.
sun. Yeah. Sun.
Let me play it on the IPA chart. I think that's correct. The only question is, are we nasalizing this?
Oh, wait. I have to listen to it again.
Here you go.
Sun. I don't feel any, not any, but I don't feel a lot of nasalization going on.
Mm-hmm.
If that means what I think it means, I think no.
So basically, it's sun versus sun. Sun is nasal.
It's the first one.
Yeah. The
Sun.
first one is not
Sun.
nasalized. Sun.
Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in general, they're articulating the consonants pretty clearly, I would say.
All right. So here
Yeah.
is, but I do hear a bit of. Let me just play it again.
The sun were wind and the sun were disputing.
Sun. I hear something.
Wind and the sun were
Sun. What am I hearing in that sun word?
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry.
Did you guys go somewhere?
Wait.
We disappeared.
Yeah.
No, because obviously we're pausing to listen as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your question?
I don't remember, but
Okay, we're doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you were to read that, how would you read it, Colin?
Well, I can.
Or Quain?
Yeah, Queen, because I transcribed it, so I should be
Mhm.
hands on.
Go on.
The north wind and the north wind and it's really hard to if you just based off the IPA, the north wind and the sun, something like that.
So if I were to say the north wind and the sun,
Then the sun,
the north wind and the sun,
the north wind and the sun.
does that sound?
Yeah. So the D is there, but the second one is more mushed. So
What do you think, Colin?
I think this is a very creditable attempt on my part. I'll give myself a pat on the back.
Well done.
Yeah, this is difficult.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shall we put in a brief cut and regroup?
Sounds good.
All right, YouTube. Let's bid you a fond farewell for now. We will return shortly and get up to more such antics. Until next time. Okay, friends, I will do a quick birai just so that we can make sure that our technicalities are all on point. All right, friends, we are back, and we have conferred, and we've decided that we may have to save the rest of your recordings for another time when we have the ability all to listen to the same file at once. And for the purposes of just keeping things technically feasible, we're going to try imitating each other. So for the next segment, we will, I believe, they will have a crack at transcribing and imitating me, and then we can flip it around. So sorry about that, and thank you for all of you who submitted your voices. They will definitely find their time in the sun. See what I did there? But not today. We will have to work on the tech a bit. So YouTube, welcome back. We are up to more madcap antics with accents, and in this segment, Lucy and Quayne will be trying to transcribe and imitate me. So, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
go on.
good.
Go on.
All right, all right. So let's get over to the side webcam. Excuse me. How do you transcribe that sneeze? That's unfair. So let's. What do you want me to just say things over and over again? Do you want me to record? And no. We've decided we're not doing recordings. That was our problem. Excuse me. Once again with the sneezing. All right. We are back. We are fully unsneezed. So just tell me what to do and we can get started. Friends, where did you go?
Hello, we're here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi. We got muted. That was really weird.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Okay. So I'm not the only
Right.
one who battles with tech. Let it be
Honestly,
known.
Yeah,
Honestly,
This is
what-
the
this
best
is,
of, yeah,
this
that's what it
stream
is. Yeah.
the stream is like filled. I just don't. We're cursed. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we
It's
even did
okay.
rehearse for an hour before. I don't know how it's
know.
gone so wrong.
I know. Sesame has joined us, by the way.
Oh, we're gonna have to transcribe Sesame. Sesame's a dog, by
think-
the way. Just for those
Yeah.
who are following along at home.
Yeah, she's just staring lovingly at Queen right now.
All right.
Oh, hello.
What would you like me to say?
Do you want to compare to echoes or like just something else? Well, say something fun if you want to, right?
Well, I mean, we have the North Wind up. We can do
Yeah.
the first sentence of that.
Yeah, go for it.
Mhm.
All right. So, getting loosened up. So, the North Wind and the Sun were disputing which was the stronger. So that's my reference. I'll say
Mhm.
the individual phrases. The North Wind.
The north. The north.
The North.
Okay. You can just repeat.
Yeah, keep
Yeah,
repeating.
Just
sorry.
keep repeating,
going.
okay.
Yeah.
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 The North Wind.
The North Wind.
The north.
I feel like that's too strong an for
Yeah,
what
but you
Colin's
can't
doing.
really like transcribe how strong the is. That's
really?
one trouble with IPA. Yeah.
Damn you, I
So
think.
Mhm.
like
We need a diacritic that's just like easy does it.
how is your Yeah.
Like, calm it down a bit.
So I got like something like this, right? So the nor, and that So can we
North.
hear it again
Okay.
about the Yeah.
The North Wind.
The north or north. Can you hear the difference? I don't know. But
Can you say it again, please, Colin?
The North Wind.
The North Wind.
north. I feel it's a little bit fronter than
The North Wind.
yeah, the north versus. Well, I'm erring right now.
The verses.
Yeah, versus north. north.
The north wind.
The north, yeah, is a
In-
little bit. Yeah, I would do something like this.
Oh, IPA.
Yeah,
The north. The north wind.
north. Yeah, I would say that instead of retroflex, because that's what I heard.
What do you think, Colin?
That's how I
North?
would transcribe it too.
Yeah, it's a little bit fronter than the the retroflex. Mm-hmm. Yeah, continue on then. And the sun, right?
Okay. The north wind and the sun.
Wind.
Wind.
Can you say
Can you say wind again, please?
The north wind.
wind?
Wind.
Yeah, that's some kind of an off like.
The wind sounds like
yeah.
a bit. It
Wind.
doesn't sound super different to my wind. That sounds weird.
Wind.
The north wind.
Yeah, can you say the north wind again?
The north wind.
Wind.
The north wind. The north wind.
There's sort of some kind of a drag there. Yeah, compared to wind.
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 The north wind.
Wind. So yeah.
It's quite delicate. Does that make any sense? Colin is very eloquent. It's very, very nice to listen to you speak, Colin.
Wind. Yeah, so I saw you transcribed it as something like, okay, go on, copying. Yeah, I saw you do this and I'm like more or less influenced by it, right? But wind, yeah, I do feel like there's definitely an N there and there's some nasalization. So I think saying both is kind of fair. Would you agree? Or yeah, feel free to. Wind.
The north wind.
It's a wind. It's kind of dragged out if you just
Wind.
compare it to something like wind.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not short.
No,
like
the way you speak is more
Yeah.
choppy.
Yeah, I speak very choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
But,
is
yeah. But like wind, there's something there. And
Yeah.
there's a wind. The north wind. The north wind.
the
Yeah,
north.
am I
The
getting
north. I think your R is too
The north.
Yeah,
North. That's
too. It's
the
too much.
front.
Yeah.
North.
Collins is very gentle.
North.
The north wind.
North.
I mean I can't.
Lucy, I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty good. That was pretty good.
Oh really?
Oh,
I think you
do
have
it again,
the
then.
right amount of R.
The right amount of R.
Yeah, do it again.
The north. Oh my god. The north. The north wind.
The north wind.
The north wind.
North wind. Wind.
Wind.
The north wind.
The north wind. Oh, Sesame joining in. If you hear it, that's Sesame.
We have
She
to
likes to
do
be
we have to do
involved.
Sesame's version after this.
Oh, we have to. Well,
It's
Queen
just a
thinks-
bunch of tones.
Yeah, Queen thinks she has a tonal language.
Well, she definitely has.
Yeah. Don't you?
Okay. So can you go on?
Right.
Oh.
So, the north wind and the sun.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you do it
I'll
again?
do it again. The north wind and the sun.
In the
In
sun.
the sun.
In the
Yeah,
sun.
I think it's like some. Again, please. Sorry.
That's all right. I'll do it as many times as we need. The north wind and the sun.
In the sun.
In the sun.
Yeah. So
It's
is it
smushed again
the north wind and the sun.
in the sun.
Yeah.
The north wind and the sun.
Maybe again, please.
The north wind and the sun.
The north wind and the
In
sun.
the sun. Yeah.
The north-
Are you hearing like two N's in between that? North wind. The north wind and the sun.
Yeah.
In the sun.
The no- Colin, sorry, Colin, one more
Yeah.
time.
Okay. The north wind and the sun.
In the
In the
sun.
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
It's
sun-
like N's. It's not really D's. Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
The north wind and the sun.
The north wind and the sun.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So it may be like a little bit of D there, but I would, it's like a wind in the sun. So I'm deleting the D as we see.
You're deleting the D.
Yeah, I'm deleting the D and nana. It's so funny, like
No,
in
no, no, no,
isolation,
no, no,
right?
no.
Yeah, Nana, the north wind in the sun.
I just want to bring up Emily Autumn's transcription of North here, which I think is really beautiful.
Okay, yeah, can you?
It's okay. He's putting it on the thing.
It's in the doc.
Oh my God, what is this?
Them some
No,
nice
no,
squigglies.
no. Oh, well, that is pronounced north, which sounds like nurse to me. It's not north.
North, the
yeah.
north wind and the sun.
North, yeah, that's totally unrounded, which, you know,
The north wind and the sun.
The north wind
north.
and the sun.
Yeah, that the one that Emily transcribed it is north.
North.
North. Yeah, it's like a yeah.
It's what that I mean, some accents must have
Yeah,
that
yeah,
somewhere.
I guess.
That's so
But
interesting.
yeah. I think I would stick to mine for the time being. But yeah. So Nana.
No, no.
Yeah, I hear just like N plus schwa, to be honest. Yeah, because it's like
Wind and the sun.
reduced.
Chat,
The
what do you
north
think?
wind and the sun.
There may be a smidge of D in there, but it's not
It's a
really.
smidge of D.
Yeah,
That sounds really
not
weird.
really.
That's not. I think
yeah, I can put a like, small.
I'm trying very hard not to vary the way I say it at all.
that must be really difficult.
Yeah, because it varies a lot.
So, I don't know if everyone in the
Yeah,
chat
chat.
knows.
Yeah.
But Colin can do a bunch of accents.
As we will
But
see
we all
when we go
can.
to the next segment.
Yeah.
Just a bit of foreshadowing
Mhm.
there.
So the north wind nana sun.
North.
Yeah, can you say the phrase again?
The north wind and the sun.
Yeah, there's a little bit of D there in the first one. So how should I transcribe that is the question. So
Yeah, it must get really difficult with IPA
yeah,
with like
I
extreme subtleties because
really don't know how how
like,
much D is there.
it sounds so bad.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Quain, no. But it's what's it called? Like, if people can hear them, they exist.
Yeah, or I can do a superscript, which I don't know how to do. Yeah, but yeah, it should be like
Do you mean small? Small and
small,
up?
like on the top right corner.
I'm not sure how to
Is
do
there
that
one-
in
Yeah,
Google.
well,
I don't think we have
I'm not sure on Google Doc, but I can
No.
do it in Word. But,
Actually,
never mind.
let me see. No,
No, it's not there.
no.
Yeah. Well, we'll just
tried,
leave
we
it
tried.
as is. Yeah, like people know what I mean. But that's
Yeah.
probably just a little bit of stoppiness in there. So
I'm just looking at the chat here. Unfortunately, Drick, on our readout, the nice characters get replaced by little boxes. So I'm not sure what your analysis of the and the sun bit was. And then
wait, what's this?
yeah, it just shows up as those little boxes where it doesn't have a character.
Oh, that's so annoying.
And Ship is
Oh.
saying that he thinks Quain's vowel on wind is wrong.
The vowel.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do you have any suggestions there?
Also, can I just
I'm
say,
sure he does,
someone
it just doesn't come in.
transcribed. Emily transcribed sesame.
Oh, and that's
Yeah, that's accurate.
yeah.
I understand that. That's her language. Thank you.
Oh, so you're not seeing so I did parenthesis D, schwa and schwa is what I got.
Okay, let me say it one more time. The north wind and the sun.
The north wind and the sun.
Yeah, and you're one more time, please.
The north wind and the sun.
Sun.
And the sun.
Sun.
Sun. Do you feel it's a little bit backer? Like it's sun. It's not sun, right? It's sun. Can you hear the
The
difference?
north wind and the sun. Sun.
Sun.
Sun.
Is it different from echoes?
Sun.
Maybe.
Sun. it feels
Sun.
different to me. I think I had to change to try and imitate echoes.
Yeah, Echoes was more.
Sun. Yeah.
It's had less of an ah. Echoes had less of an ah, and Collins has more of an ah.
Mm,
Or not? Am I getting the wrong thing? It does sound different.
Sun.
okay.
Sun.
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 Ah.
Sun. Sun.
Sun.
Hmm.
North
Interesting.
East
Yeah,
sun.
yours might be a little bit fronter then. That's counterintuitive in some sense. But okay. Can you just say sun again?
Sun.
Sun. Yeah.
Sun.
It's quite front. To be
Sun.
honest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sun.
It sounds like my son.
Sun.
Like how I would say it. It sounds like my extremely
Yeah. Chat, do you
standard.
have any idea on like how do we distinguish those two? Because like both can register to me as the upside down R thing. But like there's a difference. I can hear a difference, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm lost on how to
Let's see what
differentiate.
the closest IPA vowel is. Sun. Maybe it is
Sun.
that 3 vowel. Or
No,
maybe
that's a bit higher, I think. So sun. Sun.
san.
Sun.
San. Yeah, it is a bit higher. Sun.
Yeah. Sun.
Sun.
Yours is a bit lower, and
But
Sun.
it's
I think
not
it's
as low as
Ah.
sun.
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 Yeah. I think we're all it sounds like we're all saying it the same way.
Sun.
Sun. Yeah.
So it's probably somewhere in between the 3 and the oh my god.
Man,
This
everything is in between.
Everything is in between.
IPA is not
So
set
you
up
can
for
just
this.
put it in a
I'm
little-
disappointed.
I know, and if IPA can't even get English, what hope does it have? Although, to be honest,
Well,
English vowels are a bit of a
Yeah,
nightmare.
English is weird.
they're
Okay.
messed up. Yeah.
Yeah. Quite you hate English though.
Don't say that. So I can do a lower diacritics then, if that helps. But I still feel like there's it's tricky. It's tricky. English vowels are tricky business.
Echoes. I love how everyone's been at least somewhat confident up until and the sun. Yeah, and the sun is the tough part, especially because of those reduced.
The reduction and the sun vowel is like everywhere in English. It's
Mhm.
never consistent. Yeah.
Sun, fun,
No, like
Sun.
Northerners say son, fun, So
fun.
yeah, and there's lots of variations.
Mum,
And Americans say like sun is
sun.
back. So yeah, this is what I got, and yeah, I don't know if it's correct anymore, but I tried.
Drick is saying, I think the in and, oh sorry, I think the in and the is dental.
Oh yeah, that and when then so that you have to
North
touch your teeth.
Wind in the sun.
Yeah, let me find that diacritic. Where are you?
I'm glad I don't have to deal with the IPA.
Well,
Thanks, Ray.
yeah, that's the dental symbol.
Lovely. What do you think, Colin?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. The
Mhm.
north wind and the sun.
The north wind and the sun.
The
Wind, the wind is a little bit dragged out. So the north wind and the sun.
I mean,
Wind.
it's quite different to Echoes. Just
Yeah, it is. Like just by looking.
yeah,
of
just
course
by
it's-
looking. How interesting is that?
Yeah. Because you can be as narrow as possible and add like 2 million diacritics.
I think Echo and I have a different vowel in wind, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So north definitely different, wind definitely different, and sun there's a subtle difference.
Yeah, it's very subtle,
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
I think also Echo says the D in wind more distinctly than I do.
Yeah, more articulation in that one. Yeah.
And I
I
think
agree.
the reason for that is not actually on wind, it's on and the, which I have reduced very, very thoroughly
But
to the point where it really
depends on-
can't start, it's not going to attract that D onto it as an onset to start wind, then the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
So
true.
the reduction not only affects the vowels, it also affects the consonants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really, interesting observation phonologically, right?
Indeed.
All right. Should
All
we
right.
do a switcheroo?
Yep. Let's do a switcheroo. Shall we do Lucy's?
Sure.
Is
Yeah.
mine not too similar to Echo's?
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah,
I guess.
this is
I guess.
We'll find out.
This is something that I think I'm just going to go to the camera. This is something I think is really interesting because, especially when people have quote unquote close accents, finding the
Mm-hmm.
small parts in which they differ.
Yeah,
Very
yeah. It's
interesting.
like broadly you share the accent, but every single individual is different. So
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
So
Oh,
now that we're
do
not
you
doing
wanna-
me anymore, I
yeah.
just want to say a few things about your transcription just before we
Mhm.
move on. With the vowel of sun, I have heard people whom I've grown up around say something like sen, almost
Oh,
to the point of,
that's front.
or
Yeah.
like get in the front instead of front.
Oh my. Yeah.
That's-
I've never heard that. Yeah.
That's strange. Is that an Ontario thing?
It could be. It's just something I've heard.
Yeah. With the
among
people that you're surrounded by.
yeah,
Okay.
among people I grew up with.
Yeah. I've never heard that with either in Britain or in America.
No,
So that's
me neither. That sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Sen.
Super interesting.
Hmm.
Sen. Friend. No, friend. I would like register that as friend, as in I have a friend, not front.
Front.
Yeah. Friend.
Yeah, I mean, because Colin, am I right in thinking the Canadian accent is influenced by, is it Irish?
But there's a lot of them.
Well, there's a lot,
Yeah.
yeah, but I know a lot of American accents are Irish inspired.
There are some varieties of Canadian English that are inspired, to put it in those terms, by Irish writers.
Yeah, well, we're putting it politely.
All right, Lucy, you're up.
Okay.
The north wind and the sun.
Yeah. You'll do it, right? So,
yeah, okay. The north wind and the sun. And could I also preface this? I do have varying levels of
Poshness.
poshness. Should we call it poshness?
Yeah.
It's when when I'm presenting a thing, I am aware there are many people listening.
I think you should do your most casual version for fun.
Was it emerge? The north wind and the sun. The north wind and the sun.
I can hear some differences. Right.
The north wind and the sun is my most neutral posh. The north wind and the sun, or the north wind and the sun. The north wind and the sun.
Yeah.
Should I
Let's do the second one.
cash?
Yeah. Go cash.
Go cash. The north wind and the sun.
All right.
Go on, guys.
All right. So I think we have our normal start. Our normal start.
Shush this in. I will try and be consistent as best I can. The north wind and the sun.
The north. That sounds lower to me than echoes.
That seems higher. Actually, Lucy, can you do it again?
The north wind and the sun.
North.
One more time.
The north wind and the sun.
North.
The north wind and the sun.
I'm getting out the IPA chart.
Should
Oh.
I just keep repeating it?
So is it higher than
north.
oh?
The north.
It's definitely higher than
Oh.
all. Yeah. If you mean an open all, then yeah, I think it's higher.
Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe it is the same as echoes then.
The north. I think
North.
it's very similar.
Yeah, it's
the north
sort of
wind
like a
and the sun.
true mid. If
The north wind and the sun.
The north.
North.
The north. So far, we have the same transcription for the first two words. I'll just put these up side by side so we can compare more easily. Quayne, any objections to the first two words?
The north wind and the sun.
Yeah, I think they're like pretty on par. Yeah. The north.
The north wind and the sun.
We're getting some compliments in about Lucy's voice from the chat.
Oh,
Oh.
you guys.
Well,
Ship is suggesting maybe that we do the open O but raised instead of the closed O but lowered to show that
that's yeah,
there is some
phonological.
difference.
Yeah.
There is some difference between Echo's and Lucy's.
Hmm.
It would be
Do you
interesting.
do you hear any
I mean, Colin.
maybe you can play it and
Yeah,
Mm.
Colin, I think it'd be really interesting if you we won't listen,
yeah.
but
For
you
the
play
audience,
it for
you
the
you
audience.
play the two side by side and see if they differ.
All right, Lucy, go first.
The north wind and the sun.
And here's Echo.
The north wind and the sun were disputing.
Those sound basically identical to me.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
I
That's
hear
fair.
differences,
Yeah.
but from what I remember, the north wind and the sun.
Did that come through to chat?
The north wind and the sun were disputing.
The north, it's like oh. And Lucy, say yours again.
The north wind and the sun.
Oh, yeah, they sound the same to me. Could be wrong. You never know.
I listened to it again, and Echoes is a little bit higher, I think.
Well, then let's take Ship's suggestion and transcribe these ever so.
Oh yeah, so
slightly differently.
make Lucy's open O and
Mhm.
then raised. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The north
I
wind
kind
and
of
the sun.
yeah.
Yeah, but we have
There's a
very
very, very subtle difference.
I mean, so for variation, should I make it posh?
well, I think
Let's
Should I go-
keep it the same for now.
Yeah?
yeah, I think
Okay.
yeah.
And then
Go for
see if we can finish this phrase, and then you can do posh if you want.
Okay, sure. For variation.
All right.
I can lay it on thick if you like.
So we have so far the north.
North. Yeah, the north.
What's next, Lucy?
The north wind and the sun.
Yeah, so
Okay.
definitely D in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The north wind and the sun.
And do I hear nasalization on that vowel?
That could just be me having a blocked nose, but
Say it again.
the north wind and the sun.
Wind. The north wind.
You saying that to me sounds a bit more slightly Australian. Like a smidge more
You're
British.
putting labels again. Here we go.
You know,
Sorry.
Lucy
know what I mean?
with the labels.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know the IPA stuff.
So, Quayne, what do you think? Do you hear nasalization on that vowel?
Well, can you say it again?
Sure. The north wind and the sun.
Wind.
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 The north wind and the sun.
Yeah, it's not as drawn out as yours. I don't think.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
it. I don't think it's nasalization that comes on. I think it's just there the whole way, or not there the whole way.
Yeah, I think it's just what it. Yeah, so
Wind.
basically, yeah, wind.
So just exactly what you would expect if you were looking in a dictionary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
I'm I'm the zero accent of this country.
Yeah.
But I
You
want.
have the reputation.
But I think that there is a difference in quality between Lucy's I in wind and Echo's I.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. Lucy, can you say it again?
The north wind and the sun.
Wind.
Wind.
I think, yeah, it's a little bit closer. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little bit higher. Yeah,
The north
It's almost
wind.
wind.
I.
Wind.
It's.
Wind.
Yeah,
I think it's higher
it's somewhere
than mine.
between I and E. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like somewhat raised if
Mhm.
we judge
Wind.
by textbooks standards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I find it amusing how, because we've repeated these words so much, they're really
They
really-
don't sound like words anymore.
They're really
yeah.
losing meaning.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
north
Truly.
wind.
Wind.
The north wind. The
Wind.
north wind and the sun.
Yeah, it's definitely higher.
Yeah. Yep. Drick Sarkar in the chat also suggested this.
hmm
Wind.
Wind. Yeah, it's somewhere between your typical I and the typical E.
Mm-hmm. Those ultra high kit vowels always make me think of old English actors from war movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Is
That's
that
my
what they sound
association.
like?
Not
Is that what
not
they sound
necessarily. Not necessarily.
But now you're putting labels again.
Yeah,
so...
Colin,
Well-
labels, come on.
Shush. Okay.
Okay.
Should we go on?
Yes.
What's next? The north wind and the sun.
Yeah,
And
I sense some vowel like difference there. Yeah. About the reduced vowel, which is what I'm talking about.
Let's hear it again, Lucy.
The north wind and the sun.
It's almost as if she's saying in the sun
Mm-hmm.
instead of and the sun, you know.
North wind and the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it does
Yeah,
sound like in the sun.
Yeah.
The north
know this
wind
as
is
well. Yeah.
basking in the sun.
In the sun. In the sun.
In the sun. In the sun.
The north wind and the sun. Oh, wow, it really does. That's
Yeah.
How does anyone understand English? Say something brief.
That's a $1 million question.
I
I
know.
want to ask that as well.
You're doing well, Quinn.
Well, I don't understand anything. I'm obviously not talking in English right now. So.
No. Not at all.
Yeah, this is Mandarin.
So many tones.
Okay, so what do we have for that first vowel?
I think it's in. It's just normal in,
Wind.
which is lower than the one in the
Windy.
wind, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the and the second one is schwa like. I would say, yeah.
The north
Something
wind
like-
and the sun.
Do we have something like? Oops, where is it? Here we are.
My D fuses into the next word like echoes, doesn't it? The north wind and the sun.
Do we have both the nasal and the fricative there? Wind and the.
Can you say again?
The north wind and the sun.
And yeah, I feel like the second one is just N. I don't feel the.
But it's
in
a
there.
dental N.
Yeah. Because, some assimilation. Yeah.
No, the north wind and the. And
Yeah. Then north wind. The north wind in the sun.
Say it again, Lucy.
The north wind and the sun.
Sun.
I think I am just saying in the sun. It's just lost all meaning of the words. I'm so sorry. The north wind and the sun. So-
No. Don't say
Okay.
that.
Oh
Yeah.
God. The north wind and the sun.
Yeah. In the sun. In the sun.
The
Sun.
north wind and the sun. Sun.
In the.
In the sun.
Sun.
In the.
In the sun.
I'm not so quick to delete that fricative. In the.
The north wind and the sun.
In the.
There's maybe something, a
sun.
trace
It's
in there.
it's light, but I think it's there.
Yeah. I think in yours it's not really there. I don't think. So
The north wind and the sun.
north wind, the north wind in this, and then
In the maybe.
and
I'm the last person to say what's there in my own speech. Oops, wrong one. But it's
yeah, maybe it's a approximate as well. Yeah, it's like nearly not there. Yeah.
Something like that. And then let's get that sun.
The north wind and the sun.
Sun.
Sun. Yeah, I think it's pretty similar to echoes.
Yeah.
I think so as well.
Yeah. Sun. It's like a low, lowish vowel.
Look at that. We have 3 phrases. Well, one phrase transcribed by 3 people. Of 3 people. Wow. A lot of threes. Rule of threes today.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we cut there? What do we think? Any
Yeah, I
words
think-
of wisdom?
Well, for don't obviously try and transcribe this, but for contrast, I feel like I should say it in a posh way just for interest purposes. Since it will be more different from echoes, I guess. If I was to really go in, the north wind and the sun. The north wind and the sun. You must enunciate.
That's more. I think it's a positive thing mainly.
The
but
north
there's
wind. The north wind and the sun.
I feel
wind.
there's just less reduction.
Yeah, and more like falling tone. I feel like. Well, that's my tonal brain.
Ah, tonal brain. Sesame
yeah.
agrees with you. The north wind and the sun. I think the key to the
North wind
posh
and
is
the
to
sun.
pronounce literally every letter that's there possible.
Well, yeah, that's one of the definition of like what makes it posh.
But then I
Yeah.
feel like there's also a super posh where you pronounce basically nothing and just sort of mumble the entire thing.
Oh yeah. That's a variant. Yeah.
That's like
I think
even
it's King
higher.
Charles, right?
Well, Colin, I
Yeah.
feel like you might be able to do a better accent of that than me. Can you give it a
I
It's
go?
can't do that because it's like it's like fast. Yeah.
Go on, Colin, give it a go.
What's there's something like, you're a contender, like sir. Something like that.
Well, that's a character. That's not. Yeah.
That's quite. It's not a very feminine voice. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So it'll be difficult for
you,
me to
you
emulate
don't-
it.
You don't find it. You don't find the elderly Victorian general.
To
Well,
be of a feminine quality, not
no,
too
and
much.
it's not appealing to me. Sorry.
Apparently, I sound like I'm reading an audiobook. Yeah, I mean it's as posh as I can go, maybe.
Yeah.
The north wind and the sun.
Yeah.
I think it's
the
like
north
used-
wind and the sun. You have to put on a voice.
Yeah, you do. It's very. I guess is it like 60s newsreader? Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's the ultra BBC RP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is
The retro RP.
I don't know what it is, but that's the accent I want to hear when I'm listening to an audiobook. When I hear like a North American accent in an audiobook, I feel like I'm about to learn some sort of investment strategies or something like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Maybe it's just that's the other sort of ad voice, and the other one is the official storytelling voice.
Like the American accents that you
Stereotypes.
hear
That's storytelling.
for
Stereotypes.
audiobooks.
Yeah.
It's something like this. The north wind and the sun were disputing which was the stronger when a
No,
traveler
that
came
definitely
along,
sounds
wrapped in
like-
a warm cloak.
No, yeah.
That's-
I totally get what you mean. It sounds like investment bank to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so advertising.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell you real estate, Colin.
Yeah.
If
Or
you're
like
a
it-
traveler, inquire whether the north wind is right for you. This sort of thing.
Or this medicine has some side effects,
Oh no, that's really fast, as possible. To
Oh,
get
yeah,
as many
yeah,
words in as
yeah.
possible right at the end.
Right.
But I was and while we're now just sort of rambling, I was chatting with my brother this past weekend, and I was saying that I think that a crucial bit of the Canadian accent is to just push everything right to the front of the mouth and have this resting vocal posture where you're sort of like this. It's this kind of quality.
Well,
And-
I heard that's California,
I'm not totally sure whether you're in California now, Quayne, but if you are, I wish you a very lovely day. So that kind of pushing it to the front of the mouth. I feel like there's something quintessentially Canadian about that. It's the for any Canadian friends of a certain age, you might remember Jack Layton, who had that kind of very forward posture.
Yeah, I think it's ultra interesting that like every dialect, or well, dare I say, every idiolect has its own like phonetic, position of like this is my resting position, and it's something that is very unique to from person to person even. So
Yeah, and you know what I find very interesting?
yeah, there's some papers about that, I'm sure.
What I find interesting is a lot of my friends have they're born here, like in London, but their parents speak a different language. And what I've noticed is that when they speak English, there's the odd word and the odd sound that is inspired by how their parents speak, but then the rest of the time they are extremely just whatever part of London they're from.
Yeah, it's kind of like me, like
Mm.
you can, hear hints of me being non-native, but it's
yeah,
not.
it's even
It's not obvious. Yeah.
it's like even more subtle.
Yeah.
Because you speak quite choppy. Sorry, the jingling is my dog. You speak a bit more choppy, which is the inspiration, I guess, from your native language. But like for example, I lived in West London. A lot of my friends' parents spoke like Hindi or something like that.
Mhm.
So it was so subtle, but just mostly it's completely, ends. But it's I find it really interesting. It's super interesting.
Well, I think what we're going to have to do is have a sequel to this because there's a lot of ground we haven't covered. I will put
Yeah.
in
Yeah, I
put
think
in a
so.
break here for our
Yep.
friends on YouTube. YouTube, thanks
Mhm.
for joining us, and thank you to Quayne and Lucy for participating today, joining us,
Well,
and
thank you for having us. Yes.
playing accent tag. We'll see you next time then.
Yeah.
All right, and then to the chat. We'll have to wrap things up in a minute, unfortunately. But thank you for bearing with us with this with our technical difficulties as always. But I feel we pulled it out of the fire in the end.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
you?
been a ride, but we prevailed, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, we managed.
And I've got this needy dog on my lap, and she's just trying to like lick Quayne's face while we're trying to do this.
Yeah, and crawl on me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I bid you all a very hearty farewell. Go have fun, stay cool, stay warm. I don't know where you are, what the weather's doing, but stay out of those extreme zones. And to Sesame, thank you most of all. All right. We'll see everyone next time.
Mm.
Bye.